Callum, another disappointing afternoon for the shots. How do you analyse the performance?
Wasn't good enough. Although we created chances, we kind of created our own problems as well. From the start, got lucky with the penalty that they missed. Should have been a wake-up call. But yeah, it just wasn't good enough.
Where are those areas for improvement? What isn't good enough?
I think it's got to come from us. Obviously, the gaffer prepares us, Rowe prepares us right for games, and we knew what to expect. So we can't say we didn't know what was going to happen. But yeah, it's got to come from within the group, because there's only so much you can keep saying and coming from them. But they're giving us the tools to go and carry it out. And we need to just start showing it with actions.
It's easy to say there's the fine margins in both boxes, but what is it that needs to improve?
I think we need to stick together, but we also need to work harder on each other and start taking responsibility as players, as men. That we need to just do our jobs individually and as a group better, because at the end of the day, that's what we're paid to do.
And I suppose that's what you alluded to there. As professionals, it's about maintaining the standards and encouraging, demanding that all your teammates maintain the standards that we know they can hit.
Yeah, of course. And you've seen we've got a bully within the squad. But if you don't apply yourself, then it's wasted. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on that one.
Yeah. But there were chances today. We've hit the post. It's easy to say again. On another day, we might be talking about a positive result.
Yeah, of course. Good chances as well. Myself having one. But you can see, I don't really know how to say this in words, but bodies on the line for them, making blocks and saves. And if you look at their goals, they're just soft. And it's not really as much about technical things, because they weren't technically great goals. But I think it's more the mental side of it, aspect, decision making, and making the right decisions at the right times as well, which I feel we need to improve on. And again, but like I say about working on ourselves, it starts in training. If you're doing the right things in training, you get into good habits and you take it into games. At the minute, we've got too many habits which we don't want to have, and you can see in the performances. I'd say we're getting the results that we deserve.
Well, the gaffer has mentioned that mental toughness that you've just alluded to there. That's something that comes within. You think that it's not something you can coach out on the training field.
It comes with experience. Obviously, we've got experienced players within the team. Some players with less experience, but if you want to improve and you want to move forward, you have to learn as you go along. Because if you keep making the same mistakes, eventually in any aspect, keep making mistakes, you're going to be gone. No one's going to want you at the end of the day. And yeah, like I said, it comes with experience, but I think it can be created as a group of players, as an environment from within, which I think we need to do better.
The goals this afternoon maybe came at bad times, just before half time and then early in the second half. But as you say, that I suppose soft goals, not particularly. The opposition aren't having to work hard enough maybe for their rewards at the moment, but you defend as a team, you attack as a team, so it's not just looking at the back four, it's the whole team, I suppose.
Yeah, and if you look back at every goal that we've probably conceded this season, from what I can remember, not one team has scored a great passing move or cut through us. It's either, which again, mistakes, taking advantage of mistakes. Obviously the higher you go, the less mistakes you make, that's why you've got better players. And simple things like crossing and set pieces, they're big parts of games. And I think part of that as well, concentration, because because they are key parts, and if you see statistics of how many goals are scored from crosses and set pieces, they're high. It's a free kick, free cross, or a free kick shot or goal. And again, if we can eliminate those kind of things, giving away fouls outside the box and stuff, and again, these are all decision making and decisions that you can't make from the side. And you can, like I said, we're prepared in the right way. We're not going into games thinking we don't know what we're coming up against today. We knew exactly what we was up against today, but we didn't make the right decisions at right times. They had a good start, obviously, and it put us under a bit of pressure. But they're at home and they're a good side, and I felt we kind of rode the storm out, rode our luck a bit with the pen. But yeah, the goal before half time obviously is a big turning point.
Is there anything different? Because we've seen the spirit, the concentration, the decision making, the resilience that got us through at Dover, that got us the late equaliser at Forest Green. Is there anything that you're seeing that's different in this recent run to what we had earlier in the season?
We talked about November not being a great month for us, and there was a lot of talk about things that we can't control, like officials, but you can do things to eliminate that. If you're winning 1-0, if you're winning 2-0, you're not thinking, oh, this has happened and we scored, conceded an equaliser or goal against. And again, those habits that we talk about, and it starts from within. There is habits that you can't coach from the side, and it's got to come from either us as teammates or as an individual. Like I said, otherwise you fall into the same pattern.
And you, as captain, you've seen this squad. There's enough honesty in there within each player that they can do what you're calling for them to do.
Yeah, but at times where things can get too relaxed or too comfortable, no one's ever been successful by being comfortable. So we need to start recognising that to demand more from each other. There's going to be times where there might be conflict, you might not agree on things, but we've got to push each other and not shy away from things, because it's the easy decision to just say, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next time. Football changes quickly, and if you don't change, then you'll be moved along, and there'll be someone else waiting to take your place.
That's the harsh reality.
Yeah, that's the football industry. You've seen it enough and know it enough to, you could be the greatest thing one week, next week you're gone, and people forget about things quickly. But yeah, it's the industry, so there's always going to be someone waiting, coming in hungrier, younger, quicker, stronger, whatever you want to call it, that's ready to take your place.
Thank you very much, Callum.
Cheers.